these money scripts. You have 4 of them. Can you share with advisors today how identifying these scripts in your clients can really help everyone understand their relationship with money?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we know from behavioral finance is that we're all wired to do money poorly. Advisors also, in terms of buying high, selling low, as Dr. Cherry said, FOMO, fear of missing out, the herd mentality. I mean, we're just wired to do it all wrong. And then you stack on top of that your individual upbringing around money, because our clients were taught very specific things around money. And they'll come to light if you're ever talking to a couple that you're working with, that they may have very different money beliefs. And so we've done studies on beliefs around money with hundreds of thousands of people at this point, and we have found 4 main categories of money scripts. The first is money avoidance. This is where people have a negative association with money. They think rich people are greedy. They think money corrupts. They think there's virtue in living with less money. Now, ironically, actually, therapists load pretty high on that, present company excluded. And the second category is what we call money worship or money focus. And this is where clients think that more stuff is going to make them happier. Certainly more money, but more stuff. So they are really wrapped up in consumerism, which leads to an ugly end and actually doesn't make you happy. The third category we found is what we call money status. This is the keeping up with the Joneses effect. So if you asked these individuals how much they made, they would say, well, I probably make more than I actually do. They would want to show you that. When we talk to young people around the dangers of social media, I'm always trying to alert them to the concept that the people who are typically have outward displays of wealth, and our studies have found this to be true, typically have less income and less net worth. And so that keeping up with the Joneses effect has a terrible financial consequence. The fourth category, and I think most of our clients in financial planning fall in this category, is what we call money vigilance. These are clients who believe it's important to save for a rainy day. They'd be a nervous wreck if they didn't have money saved for an emergency. And ironically, if they would respond, if someone asked me how much money I made, I would probably tell them I make less than I actually do. And this really resonates with that classic book, The Millionaire Next Door. And so part of the education that I certainly do with younger clients and I do on social media with young people is to try to educate them on how most people, most self-made millionaires, how they become wealthy, how they spend, what is their relationship with money.
There are so many people today, younger people especially, that don't talk about money necessarily because their families never talked about it. They don't have that history of talking about it. Once you get it, you don't want to lose it. But you still need to be, take some risks and take action with your money to make it work for you. So how do you make sure that your clients are making sound decisions even when they have perhaps this baggage that they're carrying with them into their money mindset?
Well, yes, Dr. Klontz hit it on the head here. Conversations about money, no matter where you are on the socioeconomic status, if you're introduced to money early on in the home, then you have a higher likelihood of being money vigilant. That said, conversations are important along the life cycle. And I work with clients all the time, and they could have a lot of money, but still not have conversations in the home. So they may have been introduced to it at the home, may not. That said, as they move up the socioeconomic status, they may not be having conversations with their spouse. They may not be having conversations with their children. They may not be having conversations with their elderly parents, as far as sandwich generations are concerned. So having healthy dialogue with money. So money is still somewhat taboo across all of these different relationships, even internal. So what are our self relations with money? So do we have unhealthy relationships with spending? So we have worry, anxiety, so how is our dialogue with money? So the more often we can have healthy conversations with self and our relationships around us about money, I think we can have better outcomes with our money and what we do with our money.